conversation because I told you earlier that we will be talking about quizzing. I know many young people out there have so much interest in this quizzing business, and I know they will be glued to their radios right now to know exactly what's happening in the area of quizzing. And we have with us the quiz master general and founder of the Liberia Institute for Knowledge and Excellence, Councillor Phil Dixon. Is our guest on this edition of the Bumper Show. Phil, welcome to the Bumper Show.
Thank you so much. It's great being with you.
And you are highly welcome. Phil, you know what? I like you. Yeah, I like you because sometimes back when we hear about cuisine in Liberia and African, that's the Assembly of God
Yeah.
school. Phil Dixon, he's in it again. Phil Dixon, and to see today that you've not left it alone, even though you probably transitioned to another phase of life, but you are
Sure.
still there, encouraging young people, ensuring that this is continuing in the country. Let me give you a flower right here on this program and say thanks for what you do for our young people.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
I'm glad hearing it, and I believe you do what makes you happy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's something that's brought me a lot of joy in my life. Many of my best memories were from quizzing, and I believe that a whole new generation can also have its best memories coming from quizzing. And I'm of the opinion that parents should be happy to see their children head in this direction because when you look at national leaders over time, quizzing has played a key role in shaping many of our people.
Mm. And this question is, I believe, somehow in social to different form debate.
Yeah, yeah. So debate is specific about a particular topic.
Yeah.
So there are sometimes some people win debate through use of supporting details. So if a person has that style of debate, then being a quizzer could help. But there are some people who debate using a general principle. The killing is wrong, they use that general principle, they find issues that support their principle. So for that style of debate, you don't necessarily need to be a quizzer. So yes, the two aspects are different.
So you are here specifically for us to talk about something that you are involved with, and it is this Atlantic Super Cup for quizzing
Yeah.
uh, competition. And yeah, the grand final is coming up about this weekend. But I just want to stay a little bit and let you tell the public what is this Atlantic Super Cup for quizzing initiative.
All right. Thank you so much. Over time, we have had many quizzing competitions. So my first time organizing one was 2003. I helped a friend called Moasise to do the US Embassy quizzing competition. 2004 and 2005, I was hired by the US Embassy to conduct their quizzing competition. And during my time there, I got in touch with the International Quizzing Association and we formed its Liberia's affiliate. So over the years, we have been having national competitions, but because of resource constraints, many times national competitions end up being Monrovia or Monserrado competition.
Of course.
So we decided to do the Super Cup element to ensure that we have multiple counties and not just Monserrado. So the first edition of the Super Cup, we were able to get schools from Grand Bassa and Mikey B to come to Monserrado to join us. That edition was actually won by JJ Rabos. The next time we had the Super Cup, which was last year, we also repeated that, but then we added a team that had a mixture of people from Grand Gide and Grand Cape Mount County. active in quality quizzing, and to some extent Maryland. The other counties haven't really developed fully. Imagine if a G competition was won by a junior high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, all the seniors
All the
are
senior
there.
high schools were with. So
Wow.
we need to bring these guys to people who are doing conic section, full skill chemistry, and whatsoever, and they go into the league. They probably will not perform equivalent.
Okay.
So if somebody were to be watching our game from out there in another country, they might have the wrong impression of our Liberian students. So I decided to do is that for those sort of counties to combine their best players into unified teams.
Okay.
So we had Unified Team East. Unified Team East was River Sino, Grand Crew, River G, Maryland. Then Unified Team North was Nimba and Lofa. Unfortunately, there were some constraints that prevented those unified teams coming. But the Unified Team West, which was Cape Mount, Bapolo, and Bomi, they did come to Monrovia. And interestingly, they won a match for the first time. Yeah, because previously they had not even answered the question before at the Super Cup. But they suddenly not just answer, but they in fact won a match. So it showed that yes, our decision to prioritize them in terms of coming to Monrovia, giving them attention, they have learned over time. So that was a good way that the unified teams did. So you also have schools in Monserrado County. The top 6 schools automatically qualify. Because for us, we don't treat Monserrado as one region. It's almost like the LFA. The LFA has what they call Ghanaville subcommittee, Pinsville subcommittee, this other subcommittee, West Clower, and something like that. So Monserrado, we treat it as 3 regions. Upper Monserrado, that's Pinsville to Todi, Cape Monserrado, Central Monrovia to Old Road, Congo Town, and then River Banks, that's the Somalia Drive to Bushra Island, Bureau River Banks, Elata Academy, located Bureau, playing a team from Upper Monserrado. CMF Abalingua, located in the 72nd area. So over time, amongst the top 3 schools, those 3 regions of Monserrado have tended to be represented. So CWA is also playing the 3rd place match, and that is Cape Monserrado. So those regions have always shown that yes, there are people there giving attention to the game.
And sometimes I wonder, with this kind of competition that is ongoing. I know, yes, the Bong All Stars,
yeah,
right,
Bong All
supposed
Stars,
to play the that's the 3rd place match tomorrow. Where will it be held?
Monrovia Christian Fellowship.
Okay, Monrovia Christian Fellowship. So you just need to go there as maybe you want to watch, you just go and watch, or will it cost something?
Yeah, we have tickets. Okay. So students in uniform or with ID cards, we pay $50. Liberian dollars, yes. Okay. Thank you for that correction. Persons who are not in uniforms, I'm talking about academic uniform, not talking about work-related uniform. So if you are coming in AFL uniform, that offer we don't $50. We pay $100. Then we have different categories of individuals who are interested in supporting us. So, like school administrators, we have asked them, school administrators, you didn't register for this competition. Whether it was the county-wide stage with Linsu or the Super Cup, you did not register. In fact, we gave you some money. When you are coming tomorrow, please buy a partner ticket for $1,000. A number of them I say, okay, it makes sense because we register in competitions like for 5,000, 10,000. After my team has been benefiting from your knowledge, pay $1,000, that's okay. Then we also have VIP tickets. They are going for $20. And VV, that's US dollars now.
Of course.
Yeah. And VVIP tickets for $40. There's somebody who told me that they want to pay last price to him.
Last price for the VVIP.
Yeah. It's open to negotiation. Okay. But again, there are also some individuals who, during the course of the competition, they fight with us. And for those individuals, we are definitely going to reach out to them with complimentary VVIP tickets.
Okay. So what are the? Please remind us about the two teams that will be playing the grand finals tomorrow.
So these teams is the first time for both of them to appear. Okay, none of them has won the trophy before. So whatever happens, are going to have a brand new winner. So Esther Ilata Academy is coming from, as I said, the Broadview area.
Yeah.
And this is our first time, and I told you the amount of years I've been officiating games. So in the over 20 years I've been officiating games, it's the first time for a team to come to the grand final where its star player is a girl.
Wow.
The only thing that could come to a close exception in 2002, during the J.J. Roberts Carlos competition, the team of St. Teresa's Convent that was captained by the now Nimas Witten Miape Gono, that had the legs of Paula Fest, who was at RIA.
Okay.
So that team, I mean, by nature, the father Convent is all girls school.
Yeah.
So that team went to the final of the J.J. Roberts Carlos competition, where they lost to the AG team that I was coaching. Yeah, so this guy who was deputy managing director at the Telco, Anderson Slobochie, he captained that team. You had the legs of Andrew Mambu, a lot of guys. So since that time, it's the first time for a girl, over 20 years, or first time for a girl to carry her team to the grand final. So that's a highly unusual thing.
Of course.
The other team is CMF Abalingua. They have interestingly, they have a great coach, but over the years, they have been training students who have left his school and gone to play for other schools, and sometimes even beat him in the final. But this time around, he's fortunate that our rules change. So the team that you qualified for the Super Cup with is the team that you are going to play for in the Super Cup.
Okay.
So now even his players that left to go to other schools are still with him, and he's able to carry his full team to the grand final.
Phil, just tell us about, what we expect tomorrow, like in terms of the categories that's going to be part of the grand final, talking about the questions that are going to be thrown to the students, and maybe what are some of the issues
that are likely to come up tomorrow. So let me start. Now that you have said it, it's almost like we're going to analyze the game. Yeah,
of course.
So in the third place match between Bong and CWA, you will notice interesting styles of play. So the Bong team, they are not built around superstars. Yeah, they are a team of equals. They all perform. There's a guy called Mohamed Nyama. He attended the Methodist school there, Todmont Gray, and now he's at the Catholic School St. Martin. He's quite good in mathematics. On the subject, there's a guy called Tokolon. Tokolon was with the Methodist school, Todmont Gray, and several other players. So they are almost equal in ability. That's one thing that makes them interesting. And for them, they will answer a little in every category.
Okay.
The CWA team.
So will you, like you spoke about mathematics, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like mathematics will be.
Mathematics is definitely a category. So we do 5 categories.
Okay.
So you have mathematics. Then you have language arts.
Okay.
You have general science, social studies, and then we have a category that encompasses some of the categories that in the World Quizzing Championship, but are now repeated in Liberia, called a Leicester.
Okay.
So at the World Quizzing Championship, there are 8 categories, and they don't include math.
Okay. So what
it means that
Leicester
includes things like entertainment.
Okay.
So you ask them about musicians from different countries. It includes food.
I hope they will know just,
Imagine food from different places. You have to know about food.
Okay.
You have to know about movies.
Okay.
So it's a mixture of different things, culture, what people are worshiping in different places. So in the US, we call that popular culture in some way. So, but in international competition, is a very serious element. And if a Liberian wants to do well in international competition, it's important for them to also know it. So that's why we have introduced it as the 5th category.
Okay.
So when you go,
Will it grant maybe higher score than the others,
no, they are all equal.
or
They are all
equal?
equal. Yeah,
Okay,
every question is 10 points.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So on the CWA team, though, CWA has a small problem, and that is their team is slightly over prepared.
Hmm. Over prepare is a problem.
Yeah. The reason is it's only 4 persons that will play at a time. So it doesn't matter whether you prepare 8 persons. It's just 4 persons that will play at a time.
Hmm.
So the coach too might end up not choosing the best players from a particular game because he's thinking, okay, 3 games ago, somebody answered 5 questions, and there's no way to really predict what questions exactly I'm going to read. So
Okay.
you can't tell who it is. So the high school national team from last year, the 6 persons, 3 of those 6 persons are playing for the CW team.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by the team is slightly over
But
prepared.
it's like the CW is the Galactico in that.
Yeah, they are actually spending a lot on the game. They are spending a lot on the game.
Okay.
Uh, so I think one of the reasons why Bond County defeated them in the first play was Bond County didn't know.
Okay.
So if Bond County
Yeah,
had
waiting
known,
for anything
perhaps,
that come.
yeah, perhaps Bond County might have gotten intimidated that they are playing these guys. But they just didn't know. They came, they played the guys like ordinary men, and you know.
Hmm.
So with that, they were able to take the fear factor of the CW squad did not apply to Bond County. So there's a guy called Oliver C. Jaka. He's a student council president and personally the highest answerer in language arts. He had appeared on the high school national team for 2 years. You have Wellington Flomo. He's good in social studies, and he was the captain for the high school national team last year. You have a guy called Kemuli Sharif. When we were doing the evaluation, he actually tapped the evaluation for the high school national team,
Hmm.
but he was a substitute on the CWA team.
But CW team now for
So the
so
challenge
players
now
are on the
is,
bench.
unfortunately, they have a weakness in math. So that would be something that other teams might want to capitalize on. They are not as good in math as the other categories. And so math and science are not so good. Social studies, language arts, it's difficult to find a team that is better than them in Liberia. And I think I can feel comfortable saying that they are even comparable teams in other countries. But math and general science, there are some weakness.
So, Phil, to study, for this, I'm sure is something very, very tedious
Yeah.
and time consuming. Is it something inside for the winning team to say, okay, if you win, you have this as a cash prize or maybe something else? Is it something in for the winners?
So before I get to that, you talk about studying. Let me talk about the 2 styles of studying that are being used by the teams in the final.
Okay.
So the 2 teams show different extremes. So CMFI is the specialist team. Everybody there is focused on a particular category. You have Gisi. Gisi is focused on mathematics. You have the captain Nixon Sanga. He's focused on general science. Prince Tio focused on social studies. So that's the way they build a team. Each person is in a particular category. Estrelata Academy is their style is read whatever you like.
Okay,
So
because you could
yeah,
answer whatever you
answer whatever.
yeah.
So their star player Bendu Masekwe is currently the most versatile quizzer in the competition. Of the 5 categories, he has answered questions in 4 of them.
Okay.
Though she's primarily general science, she has answered more in general science in other categories, but she has also answered in social studies, in lifestyle, in language arts. So she's diversified. You have Elijah Johnson on the team. He's also answering questions, plus 1 or 2 other questions. But what is so funny about them is their guys are not restricted. So they answer in different categories.
Okay.
So in this game, we see 2 battlefields in the grand final. It's going to be a shootout between Nixon Sanga and Bendu Masekwe in general science.
My head is actually rising. I tell you the truth, and I'm wondering, is it anywhere? Maybe if I don't have the opportunity to be there in person, can I watch on social media? Can I listen anywhere? Is there somewhere somehow I can be present without being there?
So we typically use a grouping called Focus TV.
Okay.
So they typically be there. our allies.
You people have to come and engage the DG so at least LNTV can carry this live, man.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
It's a good idea, but
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
if Kante media is going on, it might be a challenge.
But it's the morning hour, right? Or
No, it will start at around 1:30 and close by 3:34.
Tomorrow is Friday. There's no Kante meet.
Oh, there's no Kante meet tomorrow.
Yeah, so see, man.
Okay, yeah, I'll pay him a visit. Yeah, he's my ally. We'll see what will happen. Yeah. That's my own man. Yeah, we can pay him a visit because I tell you, there's a happy time to watch the team playing. And one of the reasons is due to our own initiative and sacrifices over the years, we have opened Liberian cuisine to such that it's of interest to international groupings.
Okay.
You are aware a few years, a year and a half ago, we were in Germany, representing Africa at the Ultimate Cuisine Championship, which we have also been in Spain last year, but there were some resource constraints. This year, of course, is the International Cuisine Olympiad, and we have again been asked to represent Africa. The Olympia.
You say what
so Liberia, yeah. Okay. So for this one is the career national
Liberia
team.
Is going to represent Africa.
Africa, yeah, International Cuisine Olympia.
Meaning that Liberia should have a good team.
Oh yeah. So of the 17 times that Africa has taken part in the World Cuisine Championship, where you do your rankings from, I've tapped 11 times. And I'm a Liberian, so I mean the rest of the countries have tapped 6. And I alone from Liberia have tapped 11 times. So we are generally considered the primary cuisine nation in Africa.
Sure.
Our target this year is to get a 1, 2, 3. Last year, second and third came from South Africa. So a lot of the other guys are saying, okay, maybe I can't tap you this year, but if I can take out the second and third, that would be good. And out there, cuisine is an industry. So the US star team the star player on the US team in 2002 was over 70 years old.
You mean that?
I mean that. The guy and us went to a restaurant, we were conversing and lecturing. You know, he was so old that he fell in the top and broke his hand.
Wow.
So that helped us to win medals because America could not play for 14. So yeah,
70 years old was out.
So our under 30 team now became a serious minded team. They had to promote one of their other players who was under 30 to fit into the senior national team. So if the under 30 team weakened, our under 30 team could win medals.
Okay.
So we were sitting with the guy having lunch and even debating issues with the guy, thinking he was our equal. Now knowing that fellow was a millionaire from cuisine. Yeah. We shall be taking notes from the fellow, but we're arguing with him.
It seems that their cuisine on that side is not only based on schools, but probably is another level, maybe.
Of course. So it's
teams supported by other institutions.
By companies and whatsoever. So it's professional games.
Okay.
So the way it's done there is major media institutions will decide, okay, I'm going to organize a cuisine competition. Then that media institution goes out there and sources the funding. After sourcing the funding, they arranges with skilled individuals to officiate and present prizes. So a competition who wants to be a millionaire, just by the title, you know that the winner walking away with $1 million cash prize.
You have not said how much or what it is that our winner tomorrow will be walking away with.
So the reason is a bit interesting. So we started this competition hoping that it would be like last year where we got prizes from EcoBank. Okay. And we went through with that hope. We are not getting clear information until about 30 minutes ago, I got 2 calls from EcoBank. They have seen some of the information, they saw the tickets for the fine. They said, we are interested in supporting the competition. Your final is tomorrow. We don't know exactly what can we do between now and tomorrow.
No, they should do something.
However, inform the schools that they are winning an EcoBank prize.
Okay.
And if we have to come to their campus to present it afterwards, it won't be a problem. But let them be aware that this is EcoBank is going to be providing of price.
Okay.
So that was greatly exciting for me. And then I told you about IQA USA being close. So IQA USA
Okay.
is going to provide transportation for all of the teams that will be partaking tomorrow. All four of the teams will provide transportation for them.
Okay.
So last year we gave the price wasn't below 70,000 Liberian dollars. So when I say transportation, I mean that it's not going to reach that amount.
Sure.
Yeah. But when EcoBank delivers, of course, they are going to get something that is comparable. So that's a positive from our end.
And I'm not sure they should be doing it for mainly the cash price, but to be doing it for, Phil Dixon, to make themselves like a Phil Dixon.
Sure.
And
sure.
to,
Sure.
push their institutions and their own name forward. But let me just remind our listeners out there that they are listening to the bumper show, the abbreviated edition of the program. Today we're going up to 5 o'clock when we usher in the folks from the House of Representatives for the program from that August body.
Okay.
But we have as guests on the program today, Quiz Master General and founder of Liberia Institute for Knowledge and Excellence, Councillor Phil Dixon. He's our guest, and we're talking about the grand final of the Atlantic Super Cup for quizzing competition to be held tomorrow at the Christian Fellowship on 9th Street in Cinco. You can be a part of that. There are different prices for the various tickets, so you can take advantage of that. You want to participate, you want to ask questions, 080-514-096, 080-514-096, or 0777-835-862. You can call those numbers, you ask your questions, and you will have your response here from our guests in studio. But Phil, where do you really intend, right? I know sometimes when you think about this that you're doing, I'm sure you really have a plan, you have a goal that you want this years from now to transition to something else.
Yeah.
What really is running through your mind when you think about this quizzing business and the young people of Liberia?
Sure. So frankly, I want Liberia to be a place that people with different abilities can live a life of prosperity. For some of us, we have very limited sporting skills, but there are people who are prosperous through sports. Yeah. Now, there are some people who are doing a lot of reading, and I'm thinking that we should create room. So, ideally, in the next 5-6 years, there should be an entire industry that is ensuring that you have quizzing at different levels. So, like in the US, a person who quiz through high school, then they go for college pool. They will quiz through college within the colleges. They can also take part in individual events, the likes of Jeopardy, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, The Chase, etc. So, if we are a professional quizzer in the US, I was sitting with a lady called Victoria Gross last year, or year before last. Gross made over $400,000 on quizzing that year.
Wow.
Yeah. And her husband's name was Phil. I was just hoping if this lady is giving money to her husband, could you mistakenly just give it to this other Phil? And last year she improved. This year it's possible that she could become the first female to win a world quizzing championship. That's how much people have grown.
Okay. Let me just take this very short break. When we come back, then we start to take your course on the program.
Yeah. D12 on the beat.
One love, yo.
I don't know. Now what think I do, Papa? Why you keep blessing me like this? You favor me like you still keep on protecting me like this. Yeah, you sustaining me like this. I'm so grateful, God. Say, I don't know. Now what think I do, Papa? Why you keep blessing me like this? And you keep favor me like this. You keep protecting protecting me like this, and you sustaining me like saying, I'm so grateful. Yeah, yeah. You gave me plenty, plenty, plenty money. Too much daughter, far cherry. Put food on my table, clothes on my body, and you share to me. You share to me, so I said,
Okay, so welcome back. We can take your calls now. You can put it through. Let's hear from this person. Hello. Let's hear from this caller. Wow, this is something here. Hello. Okay, so it seems that we're having a problem with this line. But 0777835 862, you can call that number 0800514 Like I said, it seems that we're having a problem with this Lone Star line, but
Yeah.
0777835 862, put it through on that number, and we will take a call. We don't have much time, but we
True.
have Phil Dixon here, who's taking the questions about the competition on tomorrow. I just want to ask you, Phil, and
Yeah.
just to have your own opinion, to have your own experience about this whole quizzing game. How does it feel? Quizzer, what does it take? To get into this, and how are you making it through all of this year? You quiz, and now
Yeah.
you've reached the stage now that you're hearing, you can helping other people to understand the game, and you're part of it.
You know, you have to take joy in little startings. And I tell schools that don't expect to win all of your matches. Now we are hoping that we get our international schools to get involved in the game. One challenge we are facing with the US team is poverty. So if you have a national team where only one person has TV in his house or the high school level, it obviously means that just when the Americans are reading, they are starting at the back footing because just the understanding interpreting what they are saying is a problem. But say if some of the international schools were having a student taking part in the competition, yes, you might lose your first few games because it's a new competition. But over time, it's possible that they could make a better representation of the country than we have had for some of the other high school events. And I think before I forget, maybe I should talk about those who are our current leaders in the different categories awards.
That would be important.
So of course the biggest award is the highest point scorer. We don't call it the golden boot, we call it the golden mind.
Okay.
So tapping the golden mind now is Simeon Barclay from St. Peter Clever. He answered 16 questions and got no deduction. So that's 160 points.
Simeon Barkley,
Simeon Barclay, St. Peter Clever.
160 points.
Yeah. So he's followed by Nixon Sanga, the captain of CM Ever Bilingual, one of the finalists. Yeah, 155. He too he answered 16 questions, we got one deduction. The Binu Masekwe answered 16 questions, we got 10 points deduction. So she's there.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, 150.
Okay.
So when it comes to the categories, the best performing person in any category is a young man called Bozio. Bozio from Dreams in Grand Battle. It's Peter Bozio.
Okay.
He answered 14 questions only in mathematics. Yeah. He answered that he faced 24 questions, answered 14. There's a young guy from Jimmy Joloko who answered 13.5 questions too. But he faced only 18 questions. So some might say it's comparable to Brazil. That's how good it is. In science, someone call it?
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
that's color on the line.
All right.
Let's see what we can do this question. Hello? Welcome. Yes, sorry, our Mr. Lang is in problem. Let's hear from you. Okay,
All right. I see. Sure.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah, sometimes when you're calling you, I mean, you feel that, something like, I mean, it's not too much, and you have to wait very
They
fast.
men know more than you. Now, why you feel?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, Quincy is an interesting game. I want to ask Phil.
Yeah.
Someone was like, ask him, is there any reason or a way that establish things that they can do on big Quincy? Because those some of us are now veterans in Quincy.
Yeah.
Go back to the other side of the world, or originally like you know,
Yeah.
having countries there, or European countries.
Okay.
I mean, the Quincy world.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah, I
much.
think it's a simple question I ask.
Yeah.
You know, you're not in high school.
Yeah.
But how now can you be?
Still being involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that will be on the shoulder of the Liberia Institute for Knowledge and Excellence to
Sure.
do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have, if you are not in high school, it means that you are planning for international style quizzing. So every year we do the written test, the World Quizzing Championship. It's the first Saturday of June. And it's from that scoring that we select the career national team. So the team that went to Germany were all people who have graduated from high school. If we had traveled last year, there would have been one high school student qualifying for that career team. That would have been Dean Bedu Masekwe, the girl who's the captain for Esther Yalata. And the reason is our team supposed to have both male and females. So the other female was on the team, was a high school
So
graduate.
it's a compulsory.
We decided to do it. People, our country has branding. The first African country for female president to go somewhere with our female on our team. You gotta maintain that branding, right?
Yeah,
Of
female
course.
vice president as well.
Of course. So you gotta maintain that branding. Yes, first in Africa, of course, the former president of first in Africa in his discipline. So we try to keep that branding. So when Benwood tied with grade school, the girl who was the team female on the team, we have to accommodate both of them. So we're trying to keep that up.
Hope that can happen. So okay, I feel we out of time. So
Sure, I can
let's
see
take
that.
your parting comment and
Okay.
let's give way for our guys.
Our
from
next
the
guest, yeah.
yeah.
So before, let me just give the last category or last two categories.
Okay.
So in social studies, it's being now I lost one. But language art is being led by the captain of CWA, Oliver C. Chaka. Social studies is being led by Simeon Barkley from P-Tech level. In the new category, Leicester is being led by Dacley Cooper from Jimmy Jolokon High School. So we want to ask lovers of quizzing to take their time out to come to watch the game tomorrow. Let us be able to sell the match to others. And we'll give a few numbers that people can call in the event where maybe they are finding directions and so on. Yeah. So the first number we give for those who are on Stelcom is 0770 026 710. That's only the Deputy Quiz Master General. And then you can also call me on Lone Star 086 31 55 39. So those are two ways that you can get in touch with us with the information.
Okay, so that's Liberia's Quiz Master General and founder of Liberia Institute for Knowledge and Excellence, Councilor Phil Gibson. He's been our guest on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
program talking about.
And maybe I could just add that we represent the International Quizzing Association in Liberia.
Okay. Okay, so we talk about the Atlantic Super Cup for quizzing, the grand final that is coming up tomorrow at the Morufa Christian Fellowship on 9th Street in Sinker. If you can make it there, yes, you can be a part of it. And that's how we come to the end of this abbreviated edition of the Bumper Show here on ELBC Radio. On Monday at 4 o'clock will be another edition of the program. Join us then if you can. But now we leave it here. My name is Chad Davis, and we leave you now for another program. That's the program from the House of Representatives. Keep listening to ELBC Radio. My name is Chad Davis, wishing you all the best from Bye bye for now.